What if you could build a beautifully designed mobile app that used to take weeks for a whole design team, but now you can do it in minutes? Well, Figma, the world's #1 app design tool, just launched their new MCP server that lets AntiGravity connect to it directly. So you just describe the app you want, and your AI agent designs and builds it out for you from scratch. So in this video, I'll teach you how to connect AntiGravity directly to Figma, how to build a polished app that you can preview on your phone, and how to do it all at a speed that's never been possible before. And if you're new here, my name's Jay. I spent over a decade working with brands you probably know, have been in AI since my master's in data science, and now I run our AI solutions practice in one of the largest AI communities globally. Let's get started. So what is Figma? Well, Figma is the #1 UI design tool that every major company uses. Google, Microsoft, and even Airbnb use Figma internally. You can think of it as similar to Google Docs, but instead of documents, you build designs for apps. And what's great about Figma is that inside it, there's a section called Community. And because Figma has been around for a couple of years already, there's thousands of professional app designs out there that you can just grab as templates completely free. And later, you'll see how we'll let our AI agents look for those templates for us. And another important point, which is why this has an edge over a tool like, let's say, Google Stitch, is because everything in Figma is made of layers. So you have your text, you have your buttons, images. These are all separate and editable. And so it's an actual design file instead of a flat image, which has its unique advantages. Then we have AntiGravity, which is Google's agentic platform. You simply describe what you want and it builds it out for you. And what's great about AntiGravity is it's very flexible. It can also run Claude code. And what's new with Figma in the past few days is that they just launched their MCP server, or their modal context protocol, for Claude Code specifically for now, which basically lets us set up a direct link from Figma to AntiGravity through this MCP server, allowing our agents to connect to Figma and control it directly. And so with this powerful combination, what used to take a design team weeks will only take you a few minutes to build your application. First, if you've never opened Figma before, let me give you a quick tour. So if you go to figma.com, basically this tool is where designers work. It's completely free to try as well. It runs in your browser, no install needed. And if you open any project here, basically what you'll have is this canvas. So if we zoom in, what I really like about Figma is that it's sort of like Photoshop, where if you go to the layers here at the left, you'll be able to select these layers, even toggle them on or off. And so all the text, all the buttons, all the images, each one is separate and editable. And let's say this layer, it says this week. You can just edit it the same way that you would in any editing tool. And you also have a few more controls here at the right. But the great thing about what I'm about to show you now is that you actually don't need to memorize all of the configurations here, because once you connect AntiGravity into Figma, you'll essentially let your AI agents control this tool for you, and all you will be doing is directing them on how to create great designs like these. But I think the key thing to remember is that unlike Google Stitch, if you've tried that tool before, in Figma, when we push our app design here, it wouldn't be a flat image. It'll have real layers like this one, which makes it super easy to change things around and improve them as we go. And that's what makes it really useful for handoff, because any developer or designer can just click on any element here and see its exact specs. Now, before we actually build anything, the first step that we'll be doing is to connect the bridge between AntiGravity and Figma, which, to make this super easy, what I've done is organize this prompt, which you can just get in the description below, and you can just send that to your agent in order to set up this connection for you. Now, if you take a look at this setup prompt, all it's really doing is set up this MCP connection, stands for Model Context Protocol, that is recently published by Figma. Now, as of the time of this recording, this works best with Claude Code, which is why this prompt is also optimized for that. I've also tried it myself with AntiGravity agents, but unfortunately, you might also encounter this auth problem depending on when you are watching this. And this is just the way that Figma has configured their MCP. But I'm pretty sure in the next few weeks to months, this certain issue will be fixed by AntiGravity as well. And you can just use this prompt for the native AntiGravity agents here. But for now, to demo this, we will be using Claude Code within AntiGravity. And in case you don't know how to do that, that is just available here in extensions. And you can search for Claude Code in here. And here you can see that you can install Claude Code, and that will set up Claude Code from within your device. Now, when you send over that setup prompt, which you can see I've done here, what it will do is do the first step for you, which is register the MCP server. And once that's done, the second step is actually something that you can only do yourself, because this is the authentication part that I was talking about earlier. And so what you need to do is to just restart Claude Code, or in this case, the whole AntiGravity workspace that you have. And then what you need to do is to open terminal, which you can just find here in the bottom if we expand that. And here in the terminal, we just want to type in Claude in order to bring up Claude Code for us. And this is, by the way, just the same thing. The only difference is this is sort of the terminal experience, which is the original way that Claude Code was being used. But what's different here is, apart from the chat view, which we are used to in AntiGravity, this also allows you to inspect the MCP server. So if I just type in /MCP, that will now give me the MCP connections that I have set up. And you can see here, Figma says that it needs authentication. So if I just select that, click on enter and click on authenticate, what will happen there is it will open your browser window. And all you need to do is to do like a single sign-on, agree and allow access. And it will say authentication successful. And now it says that you are connected to your Figma account. So now we can just bring this down back so that we can continue chatting to our Claude Code instance the same way we've been doing and say, done. Do you now have access to Figma? Can you check? And that way you can just verify that it is fully complete. All right, now that you have Figma connected to AntiGravity, the next step, we're now going to build an app. But what I recommend you to do is to actually find a good starting point in the Figma community. And this is why Figma is really powerful when it comes to building app designs and website layout designs, is because this tool has been used for years by several designers who over time have built up this huge database of community templates, which you can take inspiration from in order to get you to a good starting point right off the bat. And apart from community contributed templates, there are also some official design kits here, like for example, this material tree design kit by Google. And you also have iOS UI kits that's from Apple themselves. And the reason why they do this is because they know a lot of app designers are using Figma in order to create iOS and Android apps. And so you can browse the Figma community templates by yourself, or you can also ask your agent to do it. Hey, so I'm looking to build an app for coffee lovers. So I'm looking for designs that have that coffee aesthetic. And I'm also looking to see if there are some adjacent, let's say, industries or verticals that I can take inspiration from for app designs. Can you browse and look at the Figma community templates and see if there are some there that we can use? If you send a prompt like that to your agent, then it has some guidance around what you are building. It has some guidance around where to look for, which is the Figma community. And when it's done searching, you can see it gave us a few templates here for direct coffee apps. So we can just browse a few of those so that we can see. This one looks good if you are, let's say, building an app for your coffee shop. This one too is more of an e-commerce style mobile app. And those are useful. But the strategy that I find is quite useful is for you to find something adjacent to what you want to build. So if you're building a coffee app, you might want to differentiate yourselves a bit from the standard templates here. And so what Claude Code also searched for us are some of adjacent verticals that we can apply to the application that we're building. For example, this one shop UI is pretty unique. So if you want a more, let's say, classical look, then this might be something that you want to go for. Now for this specific build, I actually like this make your own drink app because the application that we're about to build is basically a smartphone app that will help teach coffee lovers who are new to the space how to make coffee-based drinks like cappuccinos, lattes, long blacks, and all of that. So this is perfect for us. And I think the design of this is also right up to spec with what we need. So what you want to do here is you want to open this in Figma so that you can copy this template into your space. And once you have this on your side, that also now means that your agent has access and visibility to it. Hey, I just copied the make your own drink app template to our Figma canvas. Can you check if that is visible on your side? And you can see that it has visibility of that design, which is important because now it can understand that we want to take inspiration from this template, which now brings us to step 3, which is building the application itself. And all we're going to do is we describe the app we want to build, tell AntiGravity and Claude Code to take inspiration from this template, and it will generate a complete polished home screen for us. So to give an example, hey, so I want to build a home screen for this coffee maker app. Use the visual style from that Figma template as inspiration, but adjust the colors so that it's more appropriate for a coffee app. Use proper icons and also real photography instead of placeholders, and make it look like a real app that a designer would be proud of. And also put it in a phone frame so that we can preview it in the browser. And when that is done, it should now open up your browser with that preview of that app interface that it just built for you. So you can see this is very similar in structure and design to that template that we used as reference, and we'll enrich this interface more in a bit. But you can see you have categories around espresso, pour over, cold brew, and let's say we want to learn about this caramel latte. It now has a good scaffolding around how to create that using the ingredients, the steps, and the notes, which you can slowly build out. Now, a big part of the reason why the design here looks clean and good is because of this Figma skill that I developed when I was using this. And that just allows your agent to understand that you would want real photos instead of placeholders. And even these icons, the reason it was able to get and use these more professional icons is because of this skill as well. So this is something that you can find down in the description also. And now what you can do with this Figma integration is that you can actually push this into Figma as editable layers. And you can just ask that from your agent. It will simply activate its MCP connection again. And if we go back to Figma, now you have this brew coffee app app that is from Claude Code. And you can see if we go to this, these are not just flat files. These are not just screenshots. All of these are editable layers, which yourself or your designer even can freely edit if you wish. And so in less than 5 minutes, we have this really good design, which we can build upon to create our mobile application. And if there's any edits that you wish to make, you can just describe that to your agent until you get to a point that you are satisfied with the design and the functionality of this application. And just to give you an example of how that back and forth could look like, you can see here I did a quick ramble on the things that I wanted to do. So when I was looking at this, I said that I wanted to have more categories here so that we can swipe horizontally. And then I also said that when we click on this start brewing section, that we have like some sort of timer in order to run through the steps that it gives here. And if you read through this, it's going to read a bit like gibberish to someone, but very clearly Opus 4.6 was able to handle this without any problem, because now we were able to get more categories here. And when we click on this caramel latte and we click on start brewing, that will open up a timer that also runs you through the steps of how to create this drink that you can either pause, you can either reset, and even go to the next step if you want. And that is all interactive. So now that we have our build, before we package it as a real app, what is best practice is for you to preview it on a real phone. And so to do that, we can just say, hey, I want to start a local server so I can open this up on my phone. We're on the same Wi-Fi, so just give me the address to type in. And what that's actually going to do is spin up a local server, which is just going to be a web address that only people in your Wi-Fi connection can access to. And you can see what it gives you now is this address, which you can actually paste in your browser as well on desktop. But more importantly, you can also access that on your phone, and it is also interactive, and it's pretty much the same thing that you were viewing earlier. And that's just a nice way for you to test out the application before deploying it. And now we're on to the final step, which is building the app itself. Because right now, that application MVP that you just built, it's running on the browser. But if you were to deploy it to the Android Play Store, you actually need to package that as an actual Android app. And there's many ways to do this, but the one that I recommend, especially for beginners, is this Flutter framework. And essentially, Flutter is just a framework by Google in order to wrap and package applications. So I talked about this in a previous video here, which you can find. And so we can just ask our agent, hey, can you wrap our final application up as a Flutter app so that it runs as a real Android application? Build me an APK file I can install on my phone right now. And so when you send that, if you don't have Flutter installed, most likely your agent will ask you if you want to install it, and that's completely free as well. And when that's done, you should now have this APK file. You can see it's 18 megabytes, and all you need to do is to send that APK file to your phone, and loading that file will install that application to your mobile device. And again, a deeper look on this I talked about in this previous video I had here, where I also talked about what else you need to do in order to publish it to the Play Store, and even some of the things you need in order to publish to the Apple App Store. And so what we just built here compressed what used to be like a 2 to 4 week design process into literally just 30 minutes. And you have like a full working application, and you can see depending on the people that you want to serve, you may create other applications depending on what you want to build. And it's so much easier now with AntiGravity and Claude Code. In fact, to give you more ideas, what I did with Claude Code as well as the skill that we just equipped it with, you can actually use this lesson to create, let's say, an application for plant lovers. There's this other one that is basically like a sleep tracker, which we showed earlier. You can build custom fitness apps depending on a specific target market. Like for example, High Rocks is being popular now, and I don't think there's an application yet that makes it easy for you to train for High Rocks. So that's one area that you can build an application for. And then this one is like a skincare app that I think not a lot of applications like this exist yet, simply because previously to develop applications like this, it used to take a whole team and it used to take a lot of hours and weeks. But you can see this one, I basically just one-shotted it. And because it's in Figma, this has all the layers built in, and you can just build on this depending on the vision that you have for this app. But there you go. I hope this inspired you to build something new. And remember that setup prompt to connect AntiGravity to the Figma MCP is just in the link below. And if you're watching this and if you're part of the community, I also included this whole workspace, especially this skill that can help you design applications better than the default AntiGravity and Claude Code agents that you have. And if you want to go deeper and learn how to actually earn from the AI skills that you're developing, then check out the RoboNuggets community. There's several courses here around learning and earning from AI with training certification, a community of over 1,000 AI practitioners to build your network, and paid opportunities and collaborations being shared regularly. And also, we recently partnered with 500 plus of the best AI tools to give you deals and discounts if you're on the annual plan, which hopefully makes your investment worthwhile. Just see if that's for you, but if not, that's completely all right as well. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.